The marriage certificate is still warm from the printer, and Lena Cole is holding it like a weapon. Rain hammers the windows of the private villa in Manhattan, turning the glass into a trembling mirror. Her fingers shake as she reads the names again. Elias Thorne. Sophia White. A date stamped 3 months after her car crash. She's not supposed to be here alone. Elias had told her to wait in the study while he parks. He had said it with that careful softness he always uses, the one that makes Lena feel chosen. Like a secret kept safe. The desk smells of leather and cedar. A red folder lies open, its edges sharp against the dark wood. Beside it is a framed photo. Elias stands with a woman Lena has never met, his arm around her waist, his mouth close to her hair as if he knows the taste of it. The woman smiles at the camera. Her belly rounds beneath a pale dress. A hand rests over it, calm and possessive. A wedding ring flashes on her finger. Another flashes on his. Lena cannot breathe. Her chest locks, then breaks. A sound climbs her throat, something between a laugh and a sob. The room tilts. A scream of brakes rips through her skull. White headlights. Metal folding like paper. Her own voice shouting his name, then nothing. Memory returns like a flood, cold and unstoppable. The rooftop bar where they met at a fashion charity gala. His hand closing over hers in the elevator, his eyes saying what his mouth refuses. 2 years of hidden dinners, hidden weekends, hidden nights. Every promise held back. Every time she asked, "Who are we?" Every time he said, "Just give me time." Lena staggers back from the desk. Her elbow knocks a paperweight. It rolls, clacking to the floor, loud as a gunshot. She hears footsteps in the hallway. Keys. A door closing. Elias enters the study, jacket damp, hair dark from the rain. His face brightens at the sight of her, then empties in an instant. His eyes drop to the red folder in her hands. "Lena," he says, and the way he says it is already an apology. She lifts the certificate. It trembles, but her voice does not. "Tell me this is fake." Elias takes one step toward her. "Lena, listen, it is not what you think." She laughs once, sharp and broken. "Not what I think. You are married, you are going to be a father, and I am standing in your house like a thief, holding the proof." His mouth opens. Nothing comes out. He looks like a man drowning in a room full of air. "I did not plan for you to see it like this," he finally says. Lena slams the folder onto the desk. Papers flare like wounded birds. "So you planned for me not to see it at all." Elias reaches for her, careful as if she is glass. "Lena, please. I love you." The words hit her like an insult. She steps back, hard. "Do not say that. Do not use that word like it washes blood off your hands." His eyes redden. "I was going to tell you. I swear I was." "When? After the baby is born? After I move in? After I let you make me your secret again?" He flinches. That is his tell. He always flinches when she is right. Lena grabs her bag from the chair. Her hands are steady now, too steady. A calm that terrifies her. Elias blocks the doorway. "Lena, do not leave. You will get sick in this weather." She stares at him. For a second, she sees the man she loved before the crash. The man who kissed her forehead and whispered, "Soon." The man who refused to say, "Mine." Then she sees the rings. The photo. The pregnant belly. The lie that has been wrapping around her throat for 3 years. "I already got sick," she says softly. 3 years ago. I woke up and forgot you. And you came back and let me fall again." Elias shakes his head, desperate. "I could not lose you twice." "You already did," Lena says. She pushes past him. He grabs her wrist. His grip is warm, familiar, almost gentle. It makes her want to scream. "Lena, please. Just 5 minutes. I will explain everything." She yanks free. "Keep your explanations. Keep your vows. Keep your baby. I am done being your secret." She runs into the hall, then down the steps, then into the rain. The cold hits her face like punishment. She does not stop. Behind her, Elias calls her name. It fades into the storm, swallowed by the city and by the truth. Lena makes it home without knowing how. Her apartment door clicks shut behind her and she slides to the floor, soaked and shaking. The lights are off. The silence is thick. Her phone is buzzing. Elias. Elias again. A dozen calls, then a message. I can explain. Please answer. Lena throws the phone onto the couch like it burns. She presses her palms to her eyes and sees the photo again. The curve of that belly. His ring. His smile that looks real. Memory keeps spilling in, cruel and detailed. The first time she saw him, he had been standing under warm lights at a rooftop gala, wearing a black suit that made him look untouchable. He was famous in the world she wrote about. A rising architect with a name that opened doors. He had looked at her like she was the only real thing in the room. They had started as a dare Lena never meant to take seriously. A drink, a laugh, then his hand under her jacket as if it belonged there. Within weeks, she was sleeping in his bed, tasting his coffee, learning the shape of his quiet anger. And within months, she was asking for what any woman with a heart would ask for. Introduce me. She had said. Tell people I exist. Elias had held her, kissed her temple, and said. Soon, I promise. Soon became a season. Then a year. Then another year. They fought about it in whispers in hotel rooms and in sharp silence in cabs. He was always tender after. Always sorry. Always still not ready. The last night before the crash, they had screamed at each other in his car. Lena remembers her own voice, raw and shaking. I am not a shadow. I am not a secret. If you cannot choose me, then let me go. Elias had gripped the steering wheel until his knuckles whitened. He had said nothing for a long time. Then. Just give me more time. There are things you do not understand. Lena had laughed, bitter. Then make me understand. He had turned his face away. And that silence had been the sound that pushed her out of the car, out of his life, and into the rain. The crash had stolen everything. Her name, her past, even the reason she cried at certain songs. When she woke in the hospital, she had looked at her own hands like they belonged to a stranger. Dr. Martha Haynes had been there, calm and kind. You are safe. She had said. Your body will heal. Your mind will take time. Lena remembers asking. Do I have someone? Martha had paused, just a fraction. You have people who care. Let us focus on you. 3 years later, Lena had rebuilt her life from fragments. She worked hard, slept too little, laughed too brightly. She told herself she did not need history. Then the magazine assigned her to an architecture special. A new museum project. A high-profile designer. When Elias walked into the conference room, the air had changed. He looked at her like a ghost he could touch. Lena. He said, voice low. It has been a long time. She had frowned. Do I know you? Pain had flashed across his face. Then he smiled, controlled. We met a long time ago. I was an old friend. From that day, he had been everywhere. Coffee deliveries when she worked late. An umbrella at her office entrance when it rained. A quiet dinner when she looked too tired to stand. He remembered things she did not know about herself. How she hated cilantro. How she always slept with the door locked twice. How thunder made her flinch. How do you know that? She once asked, half joking. Elias had shrugged, eyes soft. I pay attention. He never brought her to his home. He never stayed the night at her apartment. He never talked about family. When his phone rang, he sometimes walked away, voice low, face closed. Marcus Gray noticed it first. Marcus was her coworker, her closest friend, the one who made her laugh when her brain felt like static. He watched Elias with a sharp, protective gaze. That man is too perfect. Marcus told her one night at the office, when the lights were dim and the city looked far away. Perfect like he is acting. You should ask him real questions, Lena. Lena had rolled her eyes. You are just suspicious of handsome men. I am suspicious of men who never let you see their real life. Marcus snapped. Do you even know where he lives? Lena had hesitated. Elias always met her at hotels, at restaurants, at work sites. Always on his terms. But he kissed her like he was starving. He held her like she was home. So she let herself believe the sweetness. Now she sits on her couch, drenched and hollow, and realizes every sweet detail was a thread in a trap. Outside, thunder rolls. Inside, her phone buzzes again. A new message. Please, I am coming over. Lena stares at the words. Her fingers hover over the screen. Then she blocks the number. Her hands shake, but her decision does not. The next week is a blur of deadlines and sleepless nights. Lena goes to work, edits copy, smiles at coworkers, and feels nothing but a constant ache. She avoids the lobby. She avoids the street outside her building. She avoids the part of herself that still wants him. Elias does not accept silence. He waits. He calls from new numbers. He sends emails that her spam filter cannot catch. He shows up at the magazine building with flowers that make her stomach turn. On the 7th day, he catches her. She steps out of the elevator and nearly collides with him. He looks like he has not slept. His jaw is rough, his eyes bloodshot. He holds no flowers. Just himself. Raw and desperate. Lena. He says. Please, I need to talk to you. Marcus is beside her, instantly tense. He slides closer, shoulder to shoulder with Lena like a shield. We are not interested. Marcus says. Elias ignores him. His eyes lock on Lena. I will not leave until you hear me. Lena swallows. Her throat feels scraped. Fine. 5 minutes. In the conference room. And then you disappear. They go into the empty room. Glass walls, white table, cold chairs. Lena sits at the far end. Elias stands, hands braced on the table like he needs it to stay upright. I should have told you. He begins. Yes. Lena says. You should have. He flinches again. He closes his eyes for a moment. When you left my car that night, 3 years ago, I followed you. I was angry. I was terrified. I did not know how to choose. I did not know how to stop my family from pulling me apart. Lena laughs, without humor. Do not make this poetic. Just say what you did. Elias inhales. My family company was collapsing. We had debt, lawsuits, a project that could destroy everything if it failed. Sophia White father offered to save it. Lena freezes at the name. White. The woman in the photo. He offered money. Elias continues, voice hoarse. Backing, connections, all of it, but only if I married Sophia. So you sold yourself. Lena says. I did it to save hundreds of employees. Elias says quickly. To save my father, to keep our name from being buried. I thought I could fix it later. I thought I could find a way to be with you without losing everything. And what about me? Lena whispers. What was I? A side project. Elias shakes his head. You were my life. You were the only thing that felt real. Lena grips the edge of the chair. Then why did you never choose me? His voice cracks. Because choosing you would have ruined you. My family would have destroyed your career. They would have made you the villain in their story. I thought keeping you hidden was protecting you. It was protecting you. Lena says, sharp. From consequences. Elias swallows. You are right. Silence stretches. The hum of the building fills it. Lena forces the next words out. You married her after my crash. Elias nods, shame on his face. You lost your memory. You did not know me. I visited the hospital every day for weeks, but you looked through me like I was air. Martha told me it could take years or you might never remember. Lena feels her stomach twist. You talked to Martha. Elias nods again. I begged her to tell me what to do. She said you needed stability, not confusion. She asked me to stay away. And you did not. I stayed away from you. Elias says, bitter. But I watched. I made sure you were safe. I paid for security when you moved apartments. I pulled strings when someone tried to sabotage your work. I was a coward, but I was not careless. Lena hates that part of her softens. She hates it so much. And Sophia. She says. She is pregnant. Elias closes his eyes. It was not planned. Of course it was not. Lena snaps. Nothing ever is with you. Everything just happens, and you act like you are helpless inside your own life. His shoulders sag. Sophia and I never had a real marriage. We were partners on paper. We made rules. We kept distance. Then one night, after a fight about the company, we drank too much. We made a mistake. Lena stares at him. That is your wife. That is not a mistake. That is your life. He looks up, eyes wet. I told her I wanted a divorce. We agreed we would separate after the baby is born. I was trying to find the right time to tell you. I was afraid you would leave me. Lena laughs again. Funny. The truth is what would make me leave, and you chose lies instead. The door opens. Marcus steps in, eyes narrowed. You have had more than 5 minutes. Elias does not move. His voice drops. Lena, I love you. I never stopped. I will fix this. I will sign whatever I need to sign. I will walk away from the company if I have to. Lena stands. Her chair scrapes against the floor. Her hands are cold, but her spine is straight. Too late. She says. You already made me the other woman twice. Once when I remembered. Once when I did not. Elias reaches for her hand, but Marcus steps between them. At that moment, the conference room door opens again. A woman walks in, posture perfect, coat expensive, face calm as glass. Sophia White. She looks at Lena first. Then at Elias. Her gaze does not shake. Elias. She says evenly. We need to discuss the divorce agreement. And Lena Cole, I believe you and I should talk as well. Sophia chooses a quiet cafe on the Upper East Side. The kind with soft music, marble tables, and people who speak in careful tones. Lena sits across from her, fingers wrapped around a cup she does not drink. Marcus sits at the table behind them, pretending to read but watching every blink. Sophia looks nothing like the villain Lena imagined. Her hair is neat, her makeup subtle, her expression tired in a controlled way. If Lena met her in any other life, she might have admired her. Thank you for coming. Sophia says. Lena keeps her voice flat. I did not come for you. I came to understand why I ended up in your marriage without knowing it. Sophia nods once, accepting the cut. I do not blame you for being angry. If I were in your position, I would be furious. Lena grips the cup harder. Then tell me the truth. Not Elias' version, yours. Sophia looks out the window for a moment, watching rain slide down the glass. Then she faces Lena again. My father is a businessman. She says. He does not like risk. When the Thorne Company started bleeding money, he saw an opportunity. He could save them, and in exchange, he could tie Elias' talent to our expansion plans. A marriage was the simplest contract. Lena hears the words and feels sick. A human life described like a clause. You married him for business. Lena says. Sophia does not deny it. At first, I knew he had someone else in his heart. I did not know who. I did not ask. We had terms. We respected each other. We kept our distance. We were polite strangers sharing a last name. And the baby, Lena says, voice tight. Sophia hand drifts to her belly, instinctive. It was an accident. A single night. A lapse in discipline. I considered ending the pregnancy. Lena stares. Sophia says it without drama, like she is reporting weather. I did not want a child in a loveless arrangement. Sophia continues. But my father saw the child as leverage. Elias saw the child as responsibility. He asked me to keep it. He said he would be a good father, even if he could not be a good husband. Lena swallows. Did he tell you about me? Sophia hesitates. Not by name. Not until recently. Recently. So he had hidden Lena even from his wife. It is almost impressive, the way he builds lies like architecture. Sophia leans forward slightly. I am going to say something that may sound cruel. I do not intend it that way. Lena jaw clenches. Try me. Sophia meets her eyes. He loves you, that is clear. I have seen it in the way he disappears when he thinks no one notices. In the way his voice changes when your name is mentioned. He is not good at hiding what matters. Lena lets out a bitter breath. He hid an entire marriage. Sophia nods. Yes. His weakness is that he wants everything without paying the price. He wants to be loyal to his family and loyal to his heart, so he compromises until everyone bleeds. Lena looks down at her hands. They are steady, but she feels like she is shaking inside. Sophia continues, softer. I am not asking you to forgive him. I am not asking you to fight for him. I am asking you to stop blaming yourself. You did not break my marriage. It was built as a transaction. A transaction cracks under the weight of real love, or real resentment, or a real child. It was always going to crack. Lena eyes burn. She hates the relief that tries to slip in. She hates the guilt that is still there, stubborn and sharp. Why are you talking to me like this? Lena asks. Why are you not screaming at me? Sophia smiles, small and tired. Because screaming would not change reality, and because I need clarity too. I need to know whether Elias is going to keep lying or whether he will finally become the man he pretends to be. Lena's voice breaks, just a little. I loved him before. I love him now. That does not make me proud. It just makes me human. Sophia nods. I understand. From the table behind, Marcus shifts, eyes hard. Lena can feel his anger, but he stays quiet for her sake. Sophia pulls a slim folder from her bag. She slides it across the table. These are draft divorce terms. I asked Elias to sign them. He hesitated. Lena touches the folder but does not open it. He hesitated because of the baby. He hesitated because he is afraid. Sophia says. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of losing the company. Afraid of losing you. He will hold everyone in place until someone forces the truth. Lena's throat tightens. And what do you want from me? Sophia eyes soften. I want you to decide for yourself, not out of pity for me or guilt for the baby. If you choose to walk away, do it because you deserve honesty. If you choose to stay, do it with open eyes, knowing he will fail you unless he changes. Lena nods slowly. I do not know what I want. Sophia stands. Then find out. And if you speak to Martha Haynes, tell her I will pay for any therapy you need, not as charity, as a correction. My family built this trap too. She leaves without another word. Lena stares at the door after her. Marcus comes to the table, finally dropping the act. You are shaking, he says quietly. Lena realizes her hands are trembling around the cup. I hate him. She whispers. I hate her. I hate myself. And I still miss the way he looked at me like I was safe. Marcus pulls a chair closer. Missing someone does not mean you should go back. He says. It just means you loved, and that is not a crime. 2 days later, Lena sits in Dr. Martha Haynes' office. The room smells like mint tea and clean paper. Lena has been here before, but only in the blank years after the crash. Now the familiar couch feels like a witness. Martha is in her mid-50s, hair streaked with gray, eyes steady. She does not look surprised to see Lena crying. She looks like she has been expecting this moment for a long time. Your memory returned, Martha says gently. Lena wipes her cheeks. All of it, the love, the fights, the crash, the lies. I keep thinking my head is still broken, but it is not. It is clearer than it has ever been. Martha nods. Clarity can hurt more than confusion. Lena laughs weakly. That is an understatement. Martha opens a file on her desk. She slides a few pages toward Lena. These are medical records. Dates. Notes. A small note in Lena's own handwriting, scanned and attached. She reads it and her breath catches. It is a pregnancy test result. 3 years ago. Positive. Her hands go numb. Martha watches her, expression soft. You were pregnant. Martha says. You did not remember because the trauma of the crash and the loss were too much. Your brain protected you by burying it. Lena's voice comes out thin. I did not even tell him. Martha shakes her head. You tried. The day of your last argument, you were holding the test when you came to the hospital. It was in your bag. You were going to show him, according to your notes. Lena's stomach twists. She sees it now. Her own hands gripping a small paper stick. Her mouth forming words that turned into screaming. Her voice begging for a home. She covers her face. A sob tears out of her, deep and animal. The sound of a child she lost without ever naming. Martha speaks softly, careful. I told Elias you were pregnant, after the crash. He was already drowning in guilt. He asked if there was anything he could do. I told him the past could not be changed. Only the future could be chosen. Lena lifts her head, eyes red. You told him. Martha nods. I told him because you were unconscious and he was already involved. I believed honesty would keep him from making worse choices. But people do not always respond to truth the way we hope. Lena laughs, broken. He responded by marrying someone else. Martha sighs. He responded by trying to save his company, his family, and the story he told himself. He also watched over you. That part is true. It does not erase the rest. Lena wipes her face, anger burning through grief. I lost my baby because I drove away from him. Because he would not choose me. And now he is having a baby with someone else. Martha leans forward. I know it feels like fate is mocking you, but do not give fate too much credit. This is not a curse. This is a pattern. Elias avoids choices until choices become disasters. You cannot heal him by staying. You can only heal yourself by choosing. Lena stares at the pregnancy test on the paper. A small plus sign that once meant everything. Now it means heartbreak. That night, Elias appears at her apartment door. She hears the knock and freezes. Marcus is in the kitchen, making soup like he has been doing for days. He looks at her, silent question. Lena opens the door. Elias stands there, eyes swollen, shoulders tense. He holds nothing. No flowers. No grand gesture. Just his raw face. I know you went to Martha. He says quietly. Lena's voice is flat. She told you, did she not, about the baby I lost? Elias' face breaks. He sinks to his knees in the hallway like his bones cannot hold him. I am sorry. He says, voice cracking. I am so sorry. I should have chosen you. I should have fought. I should have burned everything down if it meant keeping you safe. Lena looks down at him. She has dreamed of this moment before in small fantasies. Him begging. Him understanding. Her feeling satisfied. But she feels only tired. The apology comes 3 years too late. The pain has had time to become a scar. You are not sorry because it happened. Lena says. You are sorry because you finally have to look at it. Elias lifts his head, tears on his cheeks. I am sorry because you suffered alone, because I failed you, because I keep failing you. Marcus steps into the doorway behind Lena. His voice is low. Get up, leave. She does not owe you her night. Elias looks at Marcus, then back to Lena. I will divorce Sophia. He says. I will sign the papers. I will walk away from the company if I have to. I will do anything. Just do not shut the door on us. Lena's heart twists. She wants to believe him. She wants to hate him more than she does. Anything. She repeats, quiet. Then start with the truth. Tell everyone. Tell your wife. Tell your father. Tell the world that you made me your secret while you called yourself a good man. Elias swallows. I will. And the baby. Lena says. Your baby. Elias' voice trembles. I will be a father. I will not abandon my child, but I do not love Sophia. Lena nods once. There it is. The center of your life is still you. You want me and you want to be the hero and you want the child and you want to keep your name clean. Elias flinches, wounded. I am trying. Trying is what you say when you want praise for effort instead of accountability. Lena says. She steps back. Her hand on the door frame. A boundary she can finally feel. Go. She tells him. Fix what you broke, not for me, for your child, for your wife, for the people you pulled into your indecision. If you come back to me, it will be because you earned honesty, not because you begged for it. Elias stands slowly as if he is learning how to be a man in real time. He nods once. Then he leaves. Lena closes the door. Marcus exhales. You did good. He says softly. Lena leans her forehead against the wood. I do not feel good. I did not say you would. Marcus replies. I said you did good. 2 weeks pass. Lena does not hear from Elias. She hears about him. Whispers in the industry. A high-profile architect stepping back from a major project. A sudden legal filing. A private scandal sliding toward daylight. Sophia goes into early labor on a Tuesday morning. Lena learns from Marcus, who hears it from a friend who knows a nurse who knows a driver. New York is a city of secrets, but secrets travel. Lena tells herself she does not care. Then she finds herself standing outside a hospital entrance, hands in her coat pockets, heart pounding. She does not go inside at first. She watches the doors open and close like a tide. After an hour, she walks in. The maternity floor is bright and quiet. A hallway smells of disinfectant and newborn skin. She sees Elias near the nursery window, shoulders hunched, hair uncombed. He is staring through the glass with an expression Lena has never seen on him. Awe. Fear. Something like surrender. He turns and sees her. Shock crosses his face. Then pain. Then something like hope. Lena. He whispers. Lena holds up a hand. Do not. He freezes, mouth closing. Sophia is in a room down the hall. Lena knocks once, then steps inside. Sophia looks pale, but her eyes are sharp. A small bundle sleeps in a clear bassinet beside her. The baby face is wrinkled, fists tight, breathing soft. Sophia looks at Lena without surprise. I thought you might come, she says quietly. Lena steps closer, gaze pulled to the tiny body. It is a boy. Sophia nods. Yes. Lena swallows. He looks like him. Sophia's voice is calm. He looks like a blank page. That is what babies are. Adults write on them. Lena feels her throat tighten. I am sorry, she says, and she means it, for the parts that are not anyone's fault. For the mess. For the pain. Sophia studies her. You do not need to apologize to me. We are both consequences of a deal neither of us wrote alone. Lena nods. Did he sign the divorce papers? Sophia's eyes flicker. He did. This morning, before I went into labor. He agreed to shared custody. He agreed to step away from the company leadership for now. He finally told his father the truth. Lena lets out a slow breath she did not know she was holding. He did not do it for me, she says. Sophia almost smiles. Perhaps he did it because he finally understood there is no safe way to lie. A nurse enters, checks vitals, then leaves. The baby shifts, making a tiny sound. Sophia watches him, something soft in her face that Lena envies. Sophia speaks again, gentle but firm. Lena, I am going to tell you something I wish someone told me earlier. You deserve a clean love, not a love built on secrecy and debt. Even if he becomes better, you do not owe him the chance to prove it at your expense. Lena's eyes burn. I know. Sophia nods toward the hallway. He is outside. He is trying to decide whether he should beg again. That is his habit. If you speak to him, do it for closure, not for rescue. Lena turns toward the door. Her heart aches like an old injury. In the hallway, Elias waits like a man on trial. His eyes are tired. His hands are empty. When Lena approaches, he does not touch her. I did what you asked, he says quietly. I told the truth. I signed the papers. I stepped down. My father called me a disgrace. I accepted it. Lena looks at him. For a moment, she sees the man she loved, stripped of excuses. It does not make her run to him. It makes her sad. I am glad you did it, Lena says. For your son. Elias swallows. For you too. Lena shakes her head. No, do not do that. Do not make my pain the reason you became decent. That is not fair to me. His eyes fill. I do not know how to stop hurting you, he whispers. Then stop reaching for me while your life is still bleeding. Lena says. Stop asking me to share the weight of your choices. Elias' voice cracks. I love you. Lena holds his gaze, steady. I believe you. And that is the tragedy. Love without honesty is just hunger. He flinches, as if struck. But he does not argue. He nods, slow. Lena takes a letter from her bag. A simple envelope. No perfume. No drama. Just paper. This is for you, she says. Read it when you are alone. Elias takes it with careful fingers. As if it might cut him. Lena steps back. I am leaving, she says. I am going to build a life that does not require me to forgive the unforgivable just to feel loved. Elias whispers her name, broken. Lena. She turns away. She does not run this time. She walks, each step a choice. Outside, the rain has stopped. The city smells clean, like the world has been washed. Lena breathes in and her lungs do not seize. In her letter, she writes, Elias, thank you for loving me in the ways you knew. Thank you for showing me what I will never accept again. Your son needs you. Your life needs truth. I need peace. If we meet again, let it be as strangers who survived, not as lovers who bleed. Years later, Lena stands under warm lights at an international gala, now the editor-in-chief of a major fashion magazine. She wears a black dress and a calm smile. Her past no longer controls her pulse. Across the room, a man watches her. Elias. Older in the eyes, steadier in the shoulders. A small boy stands at his side, hand tucked into his palm. The boy looks up at Lena with curious calm. Elias does not approach. He does not chase. He simply lifts his glass in a silent greeting. An apology that does not demand anything. Lena lifts her own glass in return. Not forgiveness. Not longing. Just recognition. Some loves end in fire. Some end in quiet. This one ends in the space where two people finally learn the cost of a lie.
Thanks for watching. Follow for more romance stories.